Hi, I thought I'd show you the Speedy Stitcher sewing awl. Actually, that's already assembled. So let me disassemble it first and show you right from scratch. Show you right from scratch what you get. So basically, that's what you get. My table isn't level. That's what you get. So the awl itself, a spool of thread, which it doesn't say what that is actually. It's probably polyester, but sort of fairly thick, strong polyester thread. Small screwdriver, which I think it's to get that little bobbin arrangement out. So a little thing to hold the bobbin in place there. The bobbin itself, which I have already wound on some thread, which is the thread that I used to restitch the windows on little Rona's spray hood, basically. So that is just whipping twine, which is just strong polyester thread, waxed thread. So yeah, I used that to restitch all the windows on little Rona's spray hood. So the first thing that you do then is you need to sort of thread through the end of the thread. You can see there's a little hole that's in the body of the awl. So the thread firstly needs to go through there. And my eyesight isn't great, so let's see. Let's see if we can get that in without too much difficulty. No. Come on, David. There we are. It's through there. Okay. And then you need to put the base in place there. It goes in there like that, and then if we just screw the top off, take the two needles out. I'm going to use the straight needle. So the straight needle, and there's a groove in the needle. I don't know if you can see well enough on the video there, but there is a groove in that needle there which needs to line up with the groove in the awl itself. I don't know how well you can see that, but those grooves are now lined up. The next thing to do with the thread is put it down the groove there, and it will then come out a little hole there. Lay the thread along the groove of the needle. So you can see there the thread is laid along the groove of the needle, and then once you've done that, you can tighten that one up, and that's just going to keep the needle in place, stop the needle from rotating, basically make sure that the thread is always laying along that groove there. And then the hole in the end of the needle, just finally, to get the thing ready to use, is to just put the thread through the eye of the needle. Come on, where's it gone? I really could do with a stronger pair of glasses. So that basically now is ready to go. You can also wrap the thread around that bit. Let's just pull some thread through. should go easier than that. Let's just loosen that off a little bit. That's better. Spin, spin, spin. Okay, and then the thread also wrap once around that little pin there, and what that does is basically just keep a little bit of tension on this one here, so that when you pull it through and end up with a loop on the other side, you'll see when I demonstrate it, just keeps a bit of tension on that thread basically. So yeah, so that's ready to go now. So what we will do is just I'm just using a couple of pieces of cardboard now, just to sort of show you how the thing works. So the first thing to do then, this is where I'm gonna start it here, and then the first thing that you need to do is basically pull through the amount of thread that you need on. Just pull through the amount of thread that you need for the entire job. So you've got that, so that's what you've got to start with. Now I've got more thread than I need there. If I'm just sewing from there to there, I wouldn't need any more thread than that, which basically is enough thread to go along there, plus enough to tie it off at the end. But anyway, that doesn't matter, I'm just demonstrating. So then pull it back through, and then through again where your first stitch is going to go, and then what you'll end up now, push it in, and then when you pull it back out, you end up with a loop, and the loop is on the other side to where the groove is, and that is where you need to put through the thread that you pulled through, and then once you've done that, pull it through around the other side and pull it tight. And that basically is the first stitch just in place there, and the thread is sticking a little bit again. That's it. Okay. So that basically is the first stitch done. I'm making a bit of a pig's ear of this, but trying to just demonstrate it on this little piece of cardboard. Okay, so that's the first stitch in place there. Next one. There's your loop. Put that one through, pull it back through the other side and pull to tighten, and then the next one, pull it back to get the loop, push it through, pull it tight again, next one, pull it back to get the loop, thread on the other side through and pull to tight, and then we'll make this the last one, pull it back to get the loop, okay, actually no, I shouldn't have pulled that back through, I shouldn't have pulled the all back through, so this will be the last one. Pull it back to get the loop again, and then instead, this time, what I'm going to do instead is pull enough thread through, cut it off at the awl, pull the awl out, and then what I've ended up with there, as you can see, is I've ended up with just those two threads, and then just to finish it off, just basically tie a little knot in it, and then one more for luck, trim the ends off. And that's it. So yeah, that's just to show you can, once you get up to speed with it, you can actually go quite quickly with it. Um, I mean, that's not the neatest, but you know, you can see that that was just all done in a little bit of a rush, um, just to sort of show you how it works. You can get a decent speed up and make a fairly neat job of it. Um, so these things you can buy them in the usual places. I'll just show you eBay and Amazon. You can buy them in the usual place. On eBay, I don't know if you can see the prices on there. But on eBay, I've just done a search for Speedy Stitcher, filtered out all the ones from China. In the UK, you can buy them for £11.59 on eBay. The cheapest price on Amazon I can see for exactly the same. These are all exactly the same thing, ranging from £23.95 for the branded one, which comes with a little box, down to £15. They're all exactly the same thing. eBay, the best price is £11.59, which is where I bought mine, and that's about what I paid for mine. So yeah, that's it's an inexpensive way to do sort of repairs, or even from scratch canvas work. People use them for leather work and things like that. So yeah, a handy thing to have.